Hello!
Yo!
Welcome to Geeks on a Sofa, I believe we're calling this now. We have a title, baby. My name's Sim. That guy who is twitching
I'm John.
is John! And this is...
Sophia.
Hello. This week we will be talking about... what the hell are we talking about? Constantine.
Yes, we are.
This time.
Yes.
Constantine, the film, not Hellblazer the comic. We're talking about the Keanu Reeves fest. That we've all watched in preparation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good little boys and girls.
Yes, we did.
I like it. I'm not a huge aficionado. I haven't really read a lot of Hellblazer, so I'm kind of viewing at it from the general. I like comic books, moviegoer perspective, and I quite liked it.
That's healthy.
It was kind of fun.
That's healthy. I didn't like it when I watched it when it came out, and mainly because I was comparing it to the source material, which is awesome. And the source material in the comic, he's like an English guy. In the movie, Keanu Reeves is American. I suspect because his accent was so bad in Dracula.
Isn't he Canadian?
I think he's Hawaiian.
He's got this whole
Hawaiian?
mixture thing. He's like Jason Scott Lee, but with
Can you
more
imagine him
Keanu.
in a Hawaiian shirt? I don't think that would happen.
But yeah, I thought it was I didn't like it at first, but now I think it's a good film because I've seen it with a bit more objectivity in the future, as it were. So yeah, I'd watch it again. I suspect Sophia wouldn't, though.
I watched it for the first time yesterday, actually. I was planning on watching it for ages. I haven't read the comic, but I know it's supposed to be really good. And the film, I mean, it wasn't terrible. There were some elements of a good movie, but I just thought the pacing was so slow. And normally I'm completely chicken shit with scary movies. I'm like, ah! But I just nearly fell asleep, to be honest. I only laughed at two bits. The bit where they asked him whether he was surfing, and that was only because it's like, yeah, it's Keanu, and surfing is like, yeah, it's funny. And the end with the gum. Which is a fun film to watch as a smoker, by the way.
So you didn't think it was scary?
No.
I'd say it isn't overly scary. I think the horror in it is quite toned down. I think I've got it in my brain from somewhere, so don't sue me if I'm wrong, that they wanted it to be more brutal, more gothic, but they had to tone it back because of the studio.
There's a deleted scene which I found on YouTube where the guy who's got the Spear of Destiny, this guy's got the Spear of Destiny, really, really bad guy. He's walking through Mexico and then two policemen come out and they try to stop him. And they put guns in their mouths when they see it and they shoot themselves. So that was pretty fucking dark.
It's pretty dark.
Essentially, that, if they left it in there, would have probably made it more gruesome for you. Does horror equal them needing to be some kind of a bloodbath for you? Is that what you see horror as?
So I think that actually would have horrified at least the American audiences, because the guy who was possessed, Manuel, I believe, was Mexican, and then he jumped the fence, which ties into that whole fear of the Americans, of the Mexican coming over the fence, and then they killed the police, disorder, anarchy, blah, 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 all the good stuff.
Evil.
Yeah, so that would have been potentially interesting, although stereotypical and offensive.
Yeah, true.
But in terms of horror.
It's got some, and I think the effects in it are good. And I don't think they're particularly, passé. I mean, all those demons that are running around have only got the bottom half of their head.
They haven't got their brain. They can only eat or detect you.
Yeah, they're sniffing, but they've got they've just got kind of a bottom of the... Is it nostrum? I can't remember. The bottom
Sternum?
Of the nose.
That's
It's something beginning with S. Definitely.
Anyway, that word. The word that is...
Not sinuses, but get that word and send it to us and you might win the prize.
No, you won't, because I've written it.
You've written it?
Yeah.
Is it that word there?
Yeah, it's this word here.
It's in the future.
This episode is brought to you by the word...
Stroke the word.
Actually, what I found
Get out.
disturbing, not necessarily scary, what is it with sci-fi and fantasy and comics and fucking mystical forced pregnancies? What the hell? I mean...
mystical forced pregnancy.
It always happens. And then the heroine gets knocked up by an alien or a demon or...
It's our worst fear.
Pregnancy scares
Who's worst fear?
It's aliens.
Have you ever had a baby? Yeah, have you? I haven't. But I know people who have.
Getting into a weird...
Okay, no uterus, no opinion on this.
I get to have an opinion. I get to put the baby in there.
I think that's the one. If we're going on a
kind of.
Is this going to turn into one of those episodes?
Yeah,
Well, look.
just because you're upset that you and Grant can't adopt.
It's not about Grant right now, and equal rights for everyone.
He can
okay?
adopt. He's just upset he can't have Grant's ass baby.
Oh yeah.
Whoa! This is the word of Grant. I'm moving it out of the frame of my life and this show. It's gone. Look, it's gone. It's gone. Look, no, Grant.
At first I was afraid.
No, Grant.
I was petrified.
But look, by my side, I don't know the words, but look, this is the thing. Alright, if you're having a baby, it's a wonderful, joyous experience. Perverting that on celluloid, I think, is going to be quite scary in itself, subconsciously for women, and definitely for men, because men have caused it. Women are going through it.
It's part of the whole
Alien,
trope.
scary.
Yeah, the Alien franchise. It's the whole, you're going to have weird... To be fair, something happened. Something happened to Ridley Scott involving religion, pregnancy, and... yeah.
Is this real?
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't. I'm convinced. The guy got psychological issues with those things.
Which one is it?
You look at Prometheus. You look at Alien. It's all strange. But he did a good job, and then it went slightly wrong. But anyway, Constantine. I liked it. I did like it. I think it's a good fun. It's a good fun actiony film. It's not. And it's kind of quite small in scope, which I know you guys thought it should be more.
No.
I'm not saying necessarily bigger. It's just maybe it was Keanu because, like I said, I haven't read the comic, but I could tell he was supposed to be this cynical, laconic character, and somebody with some actual charisma could have sold it. Keanu just looked like he was phoning it in, which is like the Keanu way. He's very pretty, but cannot act.
I have to give points to you, Sophia, on this, because there are moments where he didn't come across as cynical. He didn't look like someone who'd lived through this. He looked like someone who's pretending as though they'd lived through it.
Or who was stoned.
So he needed to be either an older Constantine, or at least a Constantine of that age who didn't necessarily have that cynicism, but you could see it growing in him. But for the point of the plot,
someone with talent.
they needed him to be like that, didn't they? So it's a mixture of different characters there.
The thing that I picked up on, that I think it wasn't particularly cynical, he just had an ego about it all. It's like he was John Constantine. What's my name? John Constantine. Kind of thing. Yeah. It was the opening bit where he exercises the battle demon, and when he walks in, he takes a cigarette out, puts it down.
Because he's thinking he's going to have enough time to smoke the rest of it. I like that bit.
Exactly.
I didn't get that.
And then he comes back.
Got that, right? They got it too.
And you can tell it's gone wrong because he picks it up and goes, whoa. So yeah, I quite that little touch. I think worked. I quite enjoyed it.
Again, I thought I see what you're saying, but again, I thought anybody but Keanu, basically. I'm sorry. I mean,
who would you have?
That's tough. I thought of one, but
I can't do that. Just on like this.
You've got time to think about it because this is one of our special episodes where it goes on because you haven't got.
Ooh, Alexis Denisov.
That's just because you're a
He was in Buffy.
But look at him in Angel season 4 where he's playing the stubbly, cynical, dark, really hot
I don't know if we
guy.
can get him. No. I don't think we can get away. I can't get away from the fact that he was that guy in Buffy. Does that make sense? I still.
Oh yeah, no. Whenever I see I was watching Merlin and it took me about 3 seasons to stop saying King Giles.
I'd say Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yes,
I've said this off camera.
Who are you working
We can
for?
agree. High five. It's fine. There we go.
He's got a voice.
Sutherland.
Kiefer has a voice.
He looks more like the source material, like
true.
Constantine.
But
as well.
if it's going to be LA, you're going to have an American. I'd say that's why you can't really have the.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Excuse me, Kiefer played in 24, where he was basically the all-American, all-torturing wonder.
Exactly, American.
Fighting the terrorists and...
Exactly.
All-American,
you're making my point.
I'm American.
All the time.
I'm going to waterboard you. Watch out. If you got no answers for my questions, you're going down.
Who are you working for?
We love you, Americans. Don't worry. The views of John do not represent the views of this channel.
I don't represent the views of this channel. Hate mail must come to me. I can take it. Okay? I'm the hero that this city
That's what
needs.
Grant said.
But not what it deserves.
Anyway, 2 things before I forget. There's a scene where he has a smoke jar and he puts an ant or some kind of bug in
the
his
spider.
The spider. I think that was good because that shows how devilish John Constantine can be. So they should have put more of him like that. And another thing is, every other character has to talk to him as though he's actually being read. I don't know. They kept saying John, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Good recrimination, but every character talking
but you don't say that in real life.
You don't, exactly. So I had a big problem with that. They could have just, chopped that down a bit. Just have Chaz saying it. I didn't mind that. But no.
Chaz
Chaz
was
annoying.
he was
Sheila,
he was the beef.
Yeah, we don't mention him here.
No. Though again, he fits into my theory about Shia LaBeouf, about the fact that he was cursed by a gypsy and reincarnated through every single movie as the same whiny little annoying
Through
bitch.
the power of Bay.
Which
will plague Hollywood forever.
Well, he
Which
died
means
at
all
least.
of both films are in continuity. Think about it; it makes sense. Anyway, yeah, he was fair. Why was he there? Why was his character? Does he have an equivalent in the books?
I read, Chaz is an older guy in the books, and at some point they thought he should be a younger guy. But I saw in the commentary that Shia LaBeouf knew Francis, the director. It's not Francis Bacon. Francis something.
Oh, I haven't got the DVD.
The name is here. There, okay. He knew him before the movie, and they got him into the movie because he liked him. They liked him on set. He was a nice guy. So
I'd say he was all right in the role, but he was just being the same. If we're blaming Keanu for being Keanu, we're blaming the beef for being the beef.
Yeah.
Oh, I spent most of the movie going like, isn't that annoying kid going to die? Everyone else is dying. And then he died. I was like, yes!
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that film, Constantine, was knocking about since 1998 in terms of scripts. I know this happens to a lot of film development. There's a lot of drafting and whatnot.
But Preacher.
Yes, there could have been a lot more consistency of character. Like, there were various scenes where he was actually being like, shit, this is Constantine. And other scenes where he was being Keanu, trying to be this character. So it wasn't necessarily Keanu's fault.
I wonder if it had something to do with shooting order. Or maybe, it took a while to get into it.
There were a lot of scenes chopped out as well. God, look at us, the information hounds. There was a woman that he's supposed to be sleeping with called Ellie, the demon. She's got like a tail.
All right.
And apparently, those scenes were cut out. Check them out on YouTube. There should be a link there. But yeah, there's various unevenness of plot. And that bit when she has a necklace around her neck. Is there a spoiler kind of thing here?
Oh, no. We'll have put it in the thing.
You've seen this before. She's got a necklace, right, which she says, keep this on you. And he leaves her in the car.
And then she leaves it.
But she says she can't find it. And it's like, fine. If you watch carefully, she leaves it in the car, but it's still around her neck when the door closes.
All right, so they had two of them.
No, it's
continuity error.
Continuity error. Yeah.
Well, no, it's in the car.
For you.
You see it in the car.
No, watch back. It's even the commentary. This we didn't have time to go back and film it.
I swear you see it
in the car. You see it in the car. It's in the car, but she still got it around her neck.
All right.
Okay, I wasn't watching her boobs as much as you were, obviously.
I wasn't watching her boobs. I was watching her necklace above her boobs. There's a difference.
Tilda Swinton's the hottie in this film, I think, in my opinion. It's my weird crush. I don't know.
She's perfect to play an angel. She's got that androgynous, weird alien thing. I love her.
There's nothing weird about her. I fancy her too.
I fancy her too.
It's fine, which lets me off the hook
take a
about
moment.
Grant. Let's think about
Tilda.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Or even close your eyes. Think about Tilda now. Think about her. Think about her. But not in that way. Because she's an actress who deserves your respect. Alright, there we go.
I think we've got a little bit derailed.
I think.
I
don't know. I think it works as a film. I think your opinion, the fact that he's egotistical, but maybe doesn't emote it as enough as he could, and he needs to be a more powerful character rather than just staring off into the middle distance and talking like this.
Yeah. That's Keanu, isn't it? But I think if they give him more of a character that they can latch upon, then he wouldn't be allowed to do that. Because he is a hard-working actor, from what a lot of people have been saying. So,
but, trying is not necessarily succeeding.
This is true, but I dare anybody to take on that role with the kind of script errors they have and still come up with a really good performance. I mean, the other characters...
Oh, don't say that.
No, the other characters in this had easier characters to latch upon, like the devil. He's the fucking devil. He's bad.
He's barely there.
Yeah, exactly. There isn't that much work to do for the other characters. He is the main draw, and if he doesn't quite know where he's supposed to be emotionally... What
about, what's the name? The cop.
Angie.
Yeah. For a start, I don't know why it bothered me about having the same actress playing her twin. I don't know why, even though it's his twin, it's meant to be the same person, but for some reason, there were a few moments where I went, what's going on here? Oh, yes, that makes sense. But I don't know, I wasn't entirely convinced by her. She didn't seem to be, she was playing upset, but she never seemed to be that.
I think she was an awesome character, and we should have mentioned her earlier, because there's so much to her. She's not just there to be the accessory to the man guy.
I like that they didn't actually do the romance full on. I like that they ended ambiguous because it would have been stupid.
But
But
then
I
again,
didn't
it
see
also
any
been
chemistry.
Forced. It would have been like what Hollywood
But
always does.
it
No,
kind
man,
of
there's a woman, let's put them
insinuated-
together.
It kind of insinuated that she was into him, but he wasn't into her. Maybe that makes sense with having the girlfriend.
Maybe, because he's using Ellie, the
Yeah.
other girlfriend. So, not really. But I think the reason why they don't put them together is because he
But what about the
and her,
sacrifice?
they just happen to be in the same place.
Yeah.
Like it happens in life.
What
Doesn't
about
mean
the...
that you have to be joining genitals and stuff. Not that you join genitals like that. If you're 12, you don't know what's going on. Someone should have told me that when I was younger.
There's other videos, probably not on YouTube, but you'll find them, kids.
You probably already found them. Let's face it, they're under your bed right now.
All 34!
All of them.
Your
will
mom
be
is
porn.
standing behind you right now.
Yeah. Look at the
No,
mama.
but,
I feel like we should
Obey
suddenly
the mama.
burst into talking about My Little Pony or something just to save you. It's all right. Is she gone? All right, well,
No.
back to
No, just get back to it.
But speaking of the rapport or whatever they had, I didn't completely buy the bit where he sacrificed his soul in order to save her sister, which was completely telegraphing. I mean, I remember watching him going like, all right, so he's not going to go to hell because he did the first selfless act, blah, blah, blah. But it just came a bit out of nowhere for me because he didn't... I mean, I'm not saying he seemed like the guy who wouldn't do a heroic sacrifice. It's just...
Well, it's all flawed because he's trying to do these sacrifices. He's trying to do the good works to offset his sin.
Yeah.
But I agree. It's like, why was that specific moment more selfless? I mean...
Because he's ending what could begin. Mammon, the evil demon of hell, is coming to our world.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm
stopping
talking-
that...
And he's
Well, no,
slashing
I think
his wrists.
she's
I'm talking about the bit where the devil, after he,
Offers
puts
him.
Sonny back in the corner or whatever, told him, what do you want, an extension? He said, send the other sister that, Isabel, right. Send her home, which means to heaven. And the devil is like, yeah, all right, whatever.
That's cool.
And then God is like, oh.
But then, so
where's
what...
the problem here? I don't
No.
get this.
But it's like, if he's making that...
Ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, it's
Why?
whether he's
He's
doing
a
it because
good
it's selfless.
guy.
But that's the thing, it doesn't matter that he's a good guy. That's the entire point of this film. He's a good guy, but he's still going to hell because he broke one of the arbitrary laws.
Oh, so you're saying him doing this doesn't make up for it?
Yeah,
and that's
why
kind
is
of
it-
foreshadowed
is it-
by what's her name, or what's his name, because androgynous, in the beginning, saying, hey, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't work.
No,
like
exactly.
It
that's
wasn't
the point.
foreshadowed.
Yeah, so they fucked it up.
It was shown in a big blinking
Yeah.
sign, like,
You
this
know
is what
this
happened.
could have
that.
ended.
Yeah. Hey, so they fucked up.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
little bit.
it's just because you
It's a
put
good
that
film, but they fuck it up.
ambiguousness in there, because you put it because it's going on in his head. You can't ever know. So the inference in the film, because he gets to go to heaven and then he pulls him back down, is that it was a selfless act.
So,
But I agree. I don't see the logical jump that means he's suddenly gone from being selfishly doing good to
Okay.
selflessly.
I don't think they
doing
led
good.
up to it well enough. I mean, the idea is solid, more or less. I mean, it is a trope, but like we said, in our other show, check out the link. Tropes can work, but in this case, it was just a bit sloppy. Like I said, there were some good elements in there, but it didn't quite come together for me.
can we say that it's a film where you leave your brain at the door? And we're going to do a video about this whole idea about leaving your brain at the door, because it says a lot about people and about the films that are made that way, like Battleship. I haven't seen it, but I know if I watch it, I'm leaving my brain at home. I'm like locking it in the safe. But with this, all right, this film here now,
I think
are you
no,
saying
I
you
think-
don't think about it too much? Is that the idea?
It depends. I think it depends. It's one of the old things. If you enjoy it, you forgive it. If you don't enjoy it, you nitpick on it. And I can see the flaws in it, but I forgive it because I enjoyed it as a film.
Fair enough.
Kind of like Back to the Future 2.
Kind of like the Avengers.
There were no flaws in the Avengers. Are there, kids?
I
didn't see them.
Discussion for another day.
Did you?
But yeah, it's if you like a film, you'll forgive it.
Oh, I agree with that.
flaws. So the fact that I liked it, so I'm kind of ignoring it, even though they're there. You turned around on it, and you're acknowledging certain bits, and you didn't like it, and you're seeing the flaws. So it's the whole
So-
trifecta.
On this side, you have an awesome meter going from 0 to 15. We contribute out of 5 stars. Yes,
Alrighty.
Making up the moment.
Even when you don't have props, you have to make them up.
Because I'm good at the hands. I used to be a puppeteer in Germany, working for the Maison Theatre. Believe that if you will. Now, how many stars are you going to give this film out of 5?
I'd say 4.
4? Wow. 4. Ooh, bravo.
Okay, if I'm looking at the special effects and everything, I'm going to be generous and say 3.
3. See, I liked it more than you, but I want to give it a 3. What happens there?
Well, it's a 10.
Okay then.
Well done. Welcome to primary school maths.
No, I can add up. You're so good. I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Right. Well, anyway, that was our discussion on Constantine. Whether it was informative or not, it was us ranting about it. So, thank you for joining us. Click like. I know, I feel this is slightly insulting, but, like it or not, subscribe or not. Come back next time.
We insult you for your own good. Oh, check on the other link for Versus, because that's quite a good show.
Yes. Well,
and, yeah, you want to say something else?
No.
Okay, no, it's okay, go on.
I was just going to say that's a good show. I was agreeing it was good. That
There
gets
you go.
50 million.
Agreement. Okay, we also have another link where you actually have more of a in-depth discussion about the film with Masood, who can't join us here today, tonight, whatever time you're watching this.
But you will hear it.
But you'll hear him on that link, wherever it is on the bottom of the screen.
And until next time, we're geeks.
Stay
This is
alive.
Sophia. I'm Sim.
I'm Sophia.
I'm John.
Bye.